most calm it's been for the entire trip as far as the sea state. Not that it's been huge, but just disorganized and a very short period. So wave size is certainly something to think about, but the period is much more of an indicator to me of how it's going to feel. So today, though, it's finally kind of gotten a little bit less in height. It's still a little bit lumpy and confused, but it's still super nice compared to what it's been. So we're just a few minutes from sunrise, finishing up the night shift. This is the fourth one, and went very well. My second shift of the night, though, did get a little hairy there for a few minutes. We had a thunderstorm that was kind of over here, was forming, and you could just see this heat lightning. It was just, I mean, spreading out all over the place, and it just looked like it was sort of coming for us. And so I was kind of watching that, hoping we weren't going to have to deal with it. And then off my stern over here, we started seeing a big ship, and I looked it up on the AIS, and it was, holy cow, I just saw this huge fish jump. Oh my God. I don't know what it was, but wow. Anyway, so I looked it up, and of course I knew it was a cruise ship because it was lit up like all get out. And he's just steaming like crazy. It was the brilliance of the seas. I don't know which line that is, but they were going from Key West, I think, to Isla Mujeres, and I looked on the AIS, which is super helpful. And anyway, when I saw the name, I was able to see that the closest point of approach was going to be like 2 nautical miles, which seemed a little close to me. So I decided to hail the ship and just make sure they knew that we were here. They were seeing us. I know they've got state-of-the-art radar and all that jazz, but we don't have an AIS transponder on our boat. We just received. So anyway, hailed him up, and of course some guy answered, and very clear English was not his first language, which is cool though. He totally understood. And I just asked him if he saw us, and he said that he did, and that he saw that our closest approach would be in about 4.5 minutes. And he seemed just a-okay, that it was now like 1.9 nautical miles from us, which again, I just thought, you know, he's going 20 knots steaming along, which I can see, and you know, he's going to just shift just a little bit around us just to give us some room since we're sailing, being squeezed in by the storm. But he was okay with it, so I just said, okay, that's fine. But he steamed off right over the bow. Got to see big lights of the cruise ship, which is cool. I just don't like to see that close. And then that thunderstorm, it never really broke into a full all-out storm, and it never really came down on us. We just kind of cut through it, so that was good. And but it did suck some of the wind out, so I decided to crank the engine and go ahead and run it. I knew we were going to have to run it today at some point to charge the batteries, because we had like a huge amount of shadow, just the direction we were sailing yesterday. We barely got any sun on the panels, so it's always something that you got to think about. And a lot of people are like, oh, you know, just get a bunch of solar. It's true, solar is great, and we love our solar, but you're gonna have cloudy days, and you're gonna have points of sail that are gonna suck some of that away. But there's no worry. We have a high output alternator, and we knew that you know, you're gonna end up motoring at some point. So anyway, cranked up last night and ran it for about an hour and a half, just to kind of push through a little bit of light wind that wasn't as favorable, and put some juice in the house batteries, and then we were able to shut it down and pretty much sailed through the night. I mean, we've only run the engine. We ran the engine about 2 hours out of Pensacola Pass, kind of get out and get on our point of sail, and then we ran it 2 hours to charge the batteries the other day, but we were sailing. We really didn't have to crank the engine at all other than for the power. And then the hour and a half last night, depending on what the sun does, I think our point of sail today, we should get enough solar in that we probably won't have to crank again, other than to get in the channel at Marina Hemingway. But we're right now about 35 nautical miles from the Dry Tortugas, so we're gonna be rounding just west of that. You can kind of see here we're making 5 knots. Our ETA is 225, and that's about 7 hours away. You can customize all these screens, which is pretty cool. So on this trip I've kind of dug into the system a little bit more. Quite 100% with the way I want everything, but now at least I got a better understanding of kind of what works for me and what doesn't, because they've just got so many choices. It's a little overwhelming at first, but it's been great. So at some point I need to change out the Navionics card, because right after the Dry Tortugas is where the USA card ends that's in there, and then of course we got the Navionics Caribbean card that includes Cuba down below, so we'll just open it up, pop that in. And then we've also got the Navionics on our iPhones as well as the iPad for both the US and Caribbean, which is nice. I like having a secondary device to kind of poke around on while being able to watch the data here. Anyway, so that's about it. We're just kind of waiting for this sun to pop up. You can see now. Looks like everything kind of made it through the night. Just kind of taking a peek here on deck. Jerry cans look like they're doing all right. Sail's got this little crinkle in the main. I'm not real pleased with that, but play with it a little bit. Annie had to let out a little bit of the head sail. We had it reefed in a little bit more because it had apparent wind reaching 20, 22 last night early on. So anyway, this morning she let it out a little bit. Just kind of really cruising along like this. I mean, I could sail like this for about a month. Kind of just rocking and bobbing, man. Had a hell of a day yesterday. Just beautiful sunny day, and it looks like it's gonna be like that today. I mean, look at the sky. You still see the moon up there. Got our inner forestay rigged, looking good. Won't need that because we rigged it, which is a-okay with me. I'll rig it every time. First mate down there sleeping. She's out. She didn't get much rest on her previous off shift because I had to crank the engine and mess with some other stuff. So, oh, and then I had to run when I saw that thunderstorm. I had to get in the oven to put the. I like to put the electronics, the portable ones, in there. So we put the handheld VHF that we keep in our ditch bag and the portable GPS that's in the ditch bag. I had to dig that out and put it in the oven along with my iPhone and the iPad, just in case. You never know. I've heard that trick works if you have a lightning strike. No idea if it works, but I figure it can't hurt anything. And it's kind of like taking your umbrella and it won't rain. So when I see those storms, I say, all right, let me go through the hassle of putting that crap in the oven, and maybe the storm will go away. And that's kind of what happened last night, so that was good. So you can kind of see that sun rising right over here. But it's gonna be pretty. Looks like our wind direction's getting a little better, and our speed. So hopefully we'll be able to make our mark. Kind of get out there in the Gulf Stream, man. All right, I'm gonna wait till the sun gets up a little bit more, and we'll check back in. There it is. Out here, enjoying this beautiful sunrise. Look at this. Look to ourselves. Oh man, it's a good one, huh? Yeah, absolutely perfect day. I don't know, it could be better than yesterday. Might be a tough one. That was a pretty damn good one. I do look like it's cold with this hat and all this gear, but it's really not cold at all. I like to wear the hat on my head because my head does get a little cold. But shorts underneath all this. Just nice really for the wind protection. Should be probably in bathing suits this afternoon, or probably this morning. We were yesterday. Awesome. It's nice to be comfortable in the night. You want to have the right gear. There's a lot of things I think you can skimp on, but having the right gear to keep you protected from the elements, I don't think that's one of them. Oh yeah, that's glorious, huh? We got it all to ourselves too. Bought this front row ticket, exclusive. Pretty neat, huh? Shit, man. Good God, this time tomorrow we'll be watching the sunrise over Havana. Just off to the east of Marina Hemingway. That's a pretty crazy thought. I'm really hoping though that we get close enough over here. I don't know if we'll be able to or not, but I'm hoping we'll get close enough to see Port Jefferson, the Dry Tortugas. We've been there before, but not our own boat. So we're gonna be probably about 20 miles from it. So with it being a clear day like today, we probably should be able to see the fort at least. It's kind of a neat thing. Definitely get some video for you guys. All right, 7:21.